Bitcoin bestie.
Just waking up from a nice dream. Bitcoin pumping on a live stream. Smile shine brighter than a high beam. Ever seen live trading on a widescreen? Bitcoin showing you the steps to own it. We got the alpha, I bet you want it. I'm having fun, send a lecture on it. Randy, put a little extra on it.
It's mutable and decentralized. No censorship or hard cap supply. It's open source and we classify the blockchain secure, and that's exactly why. It's hard money with a new plan. It bounced a lot like this new jam. The Bitcoin dip, then we ain't gon' trip. I'ma be bullish on you, fam.
I'm a Bitcoin bestie. You gotta love it. 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 I'm a Bitcoin bestie. You gotta love it.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, and welcome back to the Daily Zest. I'm your host, Randi Hipper, here today on a lovely Friday. And yes, I said Friday because it's time to celebrate the fact that we worked all week so hard to sit back, relax, and talk about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. We have a lot to discuss today, and more tea to spill and coffee to sip. Jack Dorsey laid off about half of his workforce as AI is taking everyone's job. Are we scared? Should we be scared? I don't know. We have Zach XBT unveiling an insider trading situation, which may have sparked more insider trading. We'll dive into that. We do have, I believe, Germany to talk about today. We also have the UK. I just feel like we are constantly talking about the UK. We also have bipartisan moves in Capitol Hill or on Capitol Hill, and coins to watch. So if you guys are ready for the zest, the news, the education on this fine Friday, smash the like, subscribe to the channel, share this out with friends so more people know what's going on here. We have a goal of 150 likes, 150 live viewers, and a subscriber goal of 25,130. Let's get after it. 7 more. Let's pamp. We have a lot going on. I tried to be funny yesterday, guys. I really tried to be funny. And I put up a 3-second video. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. I think I'm nuts. And I was making a pun. And the amount of hate comments I received because of a pun, I was like, oh my word. This is the bottom signal. When people are mad that I'm making jokes, like, that's how you know. Like, I'm just trying to be happy and make everyone laugh. But it seems as though I've triggered people with this one. And I'll get to that in a second. So, if you have not yet, please smash the like, subscribe, share. Check out our 3 amazing sponsors of the show, including Cake Wallet, Market Cipher. Use code ZESTY for 15% off. And check out Uphold. Guys, I gotta say good morning to you guys, and then I'll show you the video that I put up yesterday. I don't know. I thought it was funny. Maybe I'm just not a funny person. I don't know. Fish, good morning. Everyone, good morning. Hi, good morning. Who do we have in the chat? We got Mike Volmer, we got Silver Days, Flat Earth, Jesse, Mama Shadow, Mark Smithson, Fitz, good morning. As always, thank you to Black Hat. We got Bobby F. Jesse's chilling. Doge Bowl is here. One House Aquarian. Wow, there's so many people. Peace, good morning. Nice to see you. Ray K is here. Yukio, Mike Mazzona are on X. Good morning. We have Mike over there on a Rumble as well. We love our Rumblers. Thank you for coming. We got Curbstar, Avo, good morning. Back up, I see you. Good morning. And I think that's it. Silverback said GM, it was funny. All right, well, at least you thought it was funny. I don't know if other people thought it was funny. Well, I gotta show you the video. We can't dive into anything until I show it to you. I said, don't drop the ball. Bitcoin is cheap. That was the caption. Don't drop the ball. Buy Bitcoin while it's cheap. Don't you get it? Don't you get it? I dropped the ball. I was like, don't drop the ball. Bitcoin is cheap. LOL. The ball. Buy Bitcoin while it's cheap. I put NFA on there because I just wanted to make the joke. You know what I mean? Like, it was just, the video was just for the joke. And I put NFA just so you know I was joking. And, I don't know. I feel like people really got upset. I was just trying to be funny, okay? I was just trying to be funny. But anyway, I guess my jokes didn't land yesterday, so I don't. It's like half of you were like, LOL, that's fantastic. And then the other half were like, Randy, you suck. And I was like, oh, I guess. They can swim to the moon. You know what? Yes, because I'm gonna be going up with Uphold. You see the hot air balloon right here? I'm going up. I'm going up. Let's get after it, guys. We're gonna do things. Great video. You thought it was good. Thank you, Armand. Thank you. At least Armand got it. Oh my gosh, Joseph with the little SHIB. I love that freaking sticker. That's my favorite one. The corgi. Yes, it's a corgi. I love corgi. Like that one is my favorite sticker on TikTok. All right, let's get into the market recap because that's what we do on this channel. Pippin is down 35%. Yesterday we had a good amount of green. The day before we were all right. Now the only thing that's really in the green here is Decred up 10.8%. Hello, Michael. Thank you for the sticker over there on TikTok. $65,860 Bitcoin. We're down 2.4%. We want to hold this 63.5. We want to push to that 67.7, 67.8. That is our highest daily candle close of 2021. So a massively critical level, which is why I highlighted it in pink. We also have a green dot printed on a market cipher, pulling up that momentum that's sort of plateauing today, but still has a nice little boost. The money flow, it's the same. It's the same. VWAP is also taken down just a little bit. However, we are still bullish, which gives us a little bit of hope there. The RSI is taking a little bit of a dip again. We had a nice little push with this RSI. I would like to see it come back down to about 36 and see where it goes from there. But it seems like Bitcoin, again, is still lingering. The major level you have to watch for is if we plummet. Oopsie, what am I doing here? Excuse me. The only major level we're looking at right now that has any sort of significance is right here at 60K, where we had that wick low here in the beginning of the month. So that's all I got for you. That's all I got for you on the Bitcoin recap. I said don't drop the ball yesterday. Buy Bitcoin while it's cheap, NFA. And I just, woo. Wow. I love making jokes, though. I'm not going to stop making my horrible jokes. They might be funny to some. It might miss on others. But I think I have to keep making jokes. This is the only thing that keeps me going right now. I'm just trying to bring humor and happiness to this space when nobody else wants to be happy. I feel like it's my job. I feel like I just got to be like, yeah, crypto cheerleader, pop off, you know? And I'll continue to do that. When everyone's bearish, I'm just going to be a happy person. And when everyone's bullish, I'm still going to be a happy person. I feel like, you know what? That is what we're going to do. That is what we're going to do. Hello, Chris. Hello, everyone. Chris said he misses me. You don't got to miss me, Chris. I'm right here. I'm right here for ya. Cheers. Some random dude said you missed the joke. You gotta go to my TikTok. I put up a video yesterday. It was 3 seconds long. I thought maybe this would hold people's retention for 3 seconds. Okay, so give me a beat. I saw that comment. That was funny. I saw that in the corner of my eye. We gotta get into breaking news headlines. I'm just crazy. Ignore me. Just listen to the news, because I'll take my. You know what? I decided I'm going to be boring this podcast. I should be boring the rest of the show. I shouldn't even smile. I should be serious and no jokes. And we'll see how you guys like it. Breaking news headlines start now. And I'm getting in character. Can you believe what is happening in crypto insider trading? Because of insider trading. Only this could happen in crypto. ZachXBT, he put out an investigation. He announced it a few days before he put it out there. He said, everybody, look, I'm going to put out an investigation on some insider trading. And then everyone went on Polymarket and said, oh, what? Sorry, I can't stay serious. I'm really trying to lock in right now. I can't stay serious. When ZachXBT made this announcement that he was going to investigate insider trading, then everyone went on Polymarket to debate who was the platform that Zach is going to expose. Obviously, some people got a heads up that this was the platform, and then there were insider trades on the insider trading. Because some people knew beforehand what ZachXBT was going to do. He published his findings yesterday morning on Axiom, which is a crypto trading platform. And so Polymarket created a contract allowing users to bet on which company would be named, which is just so freaking wild. The problem is someone clearly knew the answer before it dropped. Look On Chain identified 12 wallets that bet heavily on Axiom before the reveal, netting a combined profit of over $1 million. A separate analyst by Polysites, a data terminal that tracks suspicious activity on Polymarket's public ledger, flagged 5 wallets collectively wagering around $50K and walking away with about $266,000. Now, more on-chain data analyzed by CoinDesk themselves says the largest yes holder on Axiom Market, an account called Predictor XYZ, accumulated 477,415 shares at an average price of 14 cents a pop, and now sitting on about $411,000 in profits. That's roughly a 7x return on a bet placed before the answer was public. The second largest holder, which is an anonymous wallet, bought about 109,450 shares at 33 cents. The concentration is notable, and this wasn't a broad market full of informed guesses. A handful of wallets dominated the Axiom side of the book. So now there we go. We got some insider trading on the insider trading. My question is, I'm not going to put my question out there because this isn't about me. I'm boring today, and I'm just going to talk about news and not have personality today. I think that's what it needs to be. The Irish G, a member for 25 months. Holy freaking wow, that's 2 years. He says, hey, Randy, long time, busy working. It's all good, man. Listen, you got to work. Everyone's got to make their bag so they can buy more Bitcoin, and that's just about it. I mean, not financial advice. I don't tell people what to do. We're going to go into international headlines because we know we like to cover the worldly news here. Germany. We're going to start there, and then we'll hop into the UK. They have some stablecoin stuff going on there. So all of my German friends, I actually have a lot of German friends, surprisingly. Check this out. Unity, a joint venture between DWS, Galaxy, and Flow Traders, has expanded its stablecoin lineup with a new token pegged to the Swiss franc, which has emerged as a haven darling for major banks and analysts. I really want to go to Switzerland. Should I go to Switzerland? One or yes emoji, two or no emoji. I want to check this out. The BaFin-regulated e-money institute has unveiled CHFAU, which is backed 1-to-1 by Swiss franc reserves in response to institutional demand for regulated digital CHF payments, settlements, and treasury operations. It debuts on the ETH blockchain as an ERC20, which I think is the most interesting part of all of this, with plans to expand to other networks later this year. And the reason why I think this is very important to note that it's an ERC20 token is simply because it's on an open ledger. Like, everyone can see that, unless they created a layer 2 that was private, which we don't really see a lot of to begin with. So the fact that they're just out in the open planting this, I think is very interesting. Now, in response, for a compliant digital Swiss franc, we progressed from concept to launch in a matter of months, demonstrating the strength and scalability of Unity's multi-currency platform. And this comes from Alexander Hoptner, the CEO of Unity. He said, the milestone is just the start of a broader transformation in how global liquidity moves. And we're just going to keep seeing more and more stable coins come out from different countries and experimentation, this and that. Again, we want it to stay at that stable coin level. We want it to stay something that is issued not by the central banks, because once their central banks give you their digital currencies, it is game over. They control your life and you're done. So we want to make sure they stay at the stable coin level and on transparent ledgers like Ethereum. And eventually, it's going to go farther than Ethereum. Even they said that in the article. And I do believe Ethereum opened the doors to DeFi. But is it going to be the end-all, be-all for DeFi? I don't really think so. And that might be a controversial take, but let's keep going. Hold on, I'm checking in on chat. I think everyone is okay. I can't be boring. I feel like I have to be bored. Maybe this is my calling, is to be boring. Do I think this bull cycle is done? I think Bitcoin's been in a bull market since its inception. Little baby Bitcoin in 2009 has been growing ever since. And if you look at the stats of adoption, I would say we are not in a bear market. We have like over 60% of institutions creating Bitcoin-based products. We have Bitcoin transaction or merchants accepting Bitcoin globally up 74% in the past year. Also, we have the amount of merchants accepting Bitcoin and crypto in the US has tripled. Also, Lightning Network is now processing over $1.1 billion a month and is up 300% in adoption and transaction volume since last year. So I would say price-wise, whatever. But adoption, we're not in a bear market whatsoever. I think people are very distracted by charts. And if you are distracted by charts, that means you're not really clocking what Bitcoin is, which is something with a finite supply, and that one Bitcoin is always equal to one Bitcoin, and $1 is not always equal to $1. So that is my opinion there. UK investors, oh boy, they have one more month to add their crypto ETNs in a tax-free wrapper. So all of my UK peeps, this is for you. I wanted to put this in here because I thought it was very important for you to acknowledge. And if you're in the ETN game over there. UK investors will no longer be able to add crypto ETNs to their tax-free individual savings accounts, ISAs, after the start of the new tax year on April 6th. The tax authority, His Majesty's Revenue and Customs, His Majesty, HMRC, will reclassify crypto ETNs as qualifying instruments only for innovative finance ISAs rather than more mainstream stocks and shares like ISAs. ISAs allow users to put away up to $27,000 US a year without paying income tax or capital gains tax on the returns. The two main types are cash ISAs, bank account-like investments that pay interest, and stocks and shares ISAs, which invest in equities, and ETIs, or ETNs in this case for crypto. The Finance Conduct Authority, or the FCA's decision to lift the ban on retail investors accessing crypto ETNs last October was seen as a major development as they raised the possibility of the vehicles being added to everyday products like ISAs. But now limiting them to the ISAs means that this opportunity has been snuffed out because they're evil. I mean, because no mainstream investment platforms offer them, which is, again, whose fault is that? I'm not mad. I'm not getting mad today. ISAs are a somewhat obscure investment wrapper offered largely for purposes of peer-to-peer lending and crowdfunding. None of the 57 platforms currently authorized to offer them have plans to support crypto ETNs, and this deprives investors of the tax shields that the ISAs provide. Oh, that's like saying, oh, you want a cookie? You want a cookie? And then someone goes to grab the cookie, like, oh, hey, like someone goes to me, oh, you know what, this is better, I'll use a tissue. Someone hands me a cookie, and someone goes, hey, you want the cookie? And I'm like, yes, let me grab the cookie. I go to grab the cookie, and then the person's like, ha, crumbs now, bye. That's exactly what they did. They didn't let me have my cookie. They just made it into crumbs and threw it away. That's basically what they did. That's basically what they did. You want the cookie? You can't have it. I don't know. You guys in the UK have some extreme levels of patience that I don't think as an American I can have. So bless all of your hearts here. Oh my gosh, Silverback just gave me the best sticker ever on TikTok. Thank you. W reference. Yeah, no, listen, we're getting crazy on this podcast. I told you I was going to be boring today, and then I got into cookie crumbles. Now let's go into Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone is a very interesting individual. We've had his brother Gary on the podcast before. Gary is also a very interesting individual. Grant Cardone, though, he's all about Bitcoin. Oh my gosh, I have a Bitcoin treasury company. All my real estate is gonna be in Bitcoin, and I'm gonna sell this big piece of real estate for Bitcoin, which he's doing right right now. And so Grant Cardone wants to tokenize his firm's real estate portfolio. Also, pretty interesting. It's something that's eventually going to happen anyway, but where is this going to live is the main question, blockchain-wise. Let's just go straight to the X post. Why am I on articles? You know, because like I look at all of this and I X things out and I shouldn't. Let's just go right to the source, darn it. Grant says Cardone Capital is preparing to tokenize its real estate holdings, providing investors with collateral and liquidity in the secondary markets. I recently told Pomp, Cardone Capital will be the market leader for tokenizing our assets at scale. I've proven myself with the loyal retail audience of investors for 10 years, distributing over $500 million of cash flow to our investors, and the quality of investments we buy are best in class, traditionally reserved for the super wealthy and institutions. He said, which layer 2 would make the best partner? He tags Solana, Avalanche, for some reason Bitcoin Magazine, Aptos, Polygon, Securitize, which again comes from Morgan Stanley and BlackRock, don't forget, and T0, which I don't know what they do, but Aptos got right on that. I would say anything other than Solana. I would say anything other than Solana because I don't trust it right now, especially if we go back into a hyper bull market where retail's flowing in. There's like, you know, Pickle and cotton candy coin again. Like I don't got patience for that, and neither does Solana, because once people start flooding the network, it shuts off, and then you need the devs to fix it, which holy wow. If I was tokenizing over $500 million of real estate, I would not trust Solana to do it. As of right now. Don't come after me. But after a network goes down over a dozen times, I wouldn't really trust it for a lot of money either. Also, I would want something that's more decentralized, proof of work. And if you would call me anything, I'm a proof of work maxi. I believe in full-on decentralization. And proof of work is the only thing that does that. That's why I was devastado when ETH went proof of stake. I didn't think there was a reason for that. I think there was pressure on Vitalik, and I'll stick to that. And I hope Vitalik tells us the truth one day, because I don't think he ever planned to go proof of stake. And I think he was pressured by the freaking what are they called? The global warming cabal. I think he was pressured by some environmentalists that make up arguments that don't exist. But let's get back on track here, because I told you it was going to be boring today. There's a New York judge that blocked Binance's bid to force the U.S. crypto claims into arbitration. So basically just saying that New York, again, is pulling some fast ones. They want to create drama. They want attention, because New Yorkers, you know, especially in the government, they're attention seekers, and they just want people to pay attention to them because they want to feel relevant for 5 minutes, and also destroy people's lives. That's typically what they do there, which is why I moved to the sunny state of Florida. Now, let's take a little gander here. A U.S. federal judge ruled that Binance cannot force a group of U.S. customers to arbitrate claims over losses on crypto tokens since they bought on their global platform before the February 20th of 2019 mark. Again, they had to split Binance.com, which is international, and Binance US. So they're two different platforms, by the way. The decision on Thursday made by District Judge Andrew Carter Jr. in the Southern District of New York held that those claims were not bound by Binance.com's 2019 arbitration clause because users lacked sufficient notice when the company unilaterally shifted its terms of use away from the 2017 version, which contained no arbitration or class action waiver provisions. According to the judge, Binance relied on a general change of terms clause and the posting of updated 2019 terms on its website, and there was no evidence that the exchange provided any individual notice or formally announced the new arbitration provision to users. Which I think is pretty interesting that, like, legally, I don't know how that notice needs to go out, but Carter, the judge, found that Binance's New World rhetoric about operating in a decentralized manner did not change the basic contract law analysis for internet-based agreements. He concluded that the arbitration clause could not be applied retroactively to claims that arose before their effective date because the contract never clearly said it would cover earlier conduct. So This is just ridiculous because the case, Williams versus Binance, is a proposed class action brought by 5 U.S. investors in California, Nevada, and Texas who claimed that Binance and CZ illegally sold unregistered securities on Binance.com and failed to register as a broker-dealer, which again is absolutely ridiculous. It has, and you can't, like, it's so wild how individuals, like I could go and sue Coinbase right now and say, oh, you guys are selling unregistered securities, when there is no definition of what said securities are and why they would be a security. So how do you have the legal basis to have a lawsuit based on the claim that they're selling unregistered securities? It literally is no sense. That's like saying, like, I'm suing who's in the chat right now? I'm suing Jesse because I think he's an alien. But like, we didn't define what exactly an alien is. Is it something out of this world? Is it an illegal? I don't know. So we don't even have a definition on that, right? That's like saying that like he's like a new race of purple. You know, like, oh, I think Jesse's purple. Well, how do you know he's purple? Like, you know, it just doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know that he's purple. If I've never seen him, I can say, oh, he's purple, but I've never seen him. How do you know he's purple? I don't know. I just think he is. Can you be purple, Leo? Maybe you could be freaking purple. Maybe you could. Maybe you could be purple. Maybe I'm just maybe I'm absolutely insane. Maybe I'm just so, maybe I have no idea what I'm talking about. Maybe I have no idea what I'm talking about. And I started making jokes again. Why am I making jokes? Why am I trying to be humorous on this podcast? That's not why people come here. There's a new bipartisan bill to ensure that the next century of tech is written in America. Whatever this means, we're going to chat about it because it's so interesting how people are really trying to define what's going to happen in the US. Meanwhile, we still don't have much headway from what we started out with, which is nothing. Anyway. Beep. On Thursday, Congress took a small but significant step toward ensuring America remains the best place in the world to build. Bipartisan legislation called the Promoting Innovation in Blockchain Development Act of 2026 would protect software devs from being swept up under the Criminal Code Section 1960, a statute designed for money laundering, not innovation. For builders working in good faith on open source software, that legal gray zone has cast a chill on American competitiveness. It is one bill, but the principle it embodies reaches further than any piece of legislation, and it arrives at a pivotal moment, which what we're seeing right now with Tornado Cash, Samurai Wallet. Why are we coming after people that created something that anyone can use anywhere, that they're not in control of, and you're still saying that they're money transmitters? It makes absolutely no sense. It's like, again, calling Jesse purple, even though I've never seen him. And I'm like, oh, he's purple. He ain't purple. He could say, oh, I'm not purple. I'm going to be like, you're purple. Or Coinbase. Oh, you're selling unregistered securities. But what's a security? We don't know. So you're accusing me of doing something you don't even know what it is. It's so, oh, wow, wild. And so this needs to pass because it needs to be signed into law. No other administration can change it. This is what we need in the US. I don't care about EOs, executive orders. I don't care about them. I don't care about anything until it is pen to darn paper by Donnie T, goes beep, 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 sign. That's what I care about. Pen to paper, sign into law. No one can change it. And it's just wild to me that this hasn't happened yet. It's wild to me that it has not happened yet. So, by the love of the God that loves this country, we need to pass that. ASAP, our software devs need to be safe. We like our devs. We love our devs. My two favorite things in the space are Bitcoin miners and developers. Oh, we love our nerds. I love our nerds. Thank you, miners, for keeping us in a beautiful decentralized network. And thank you to the devs for being nerds and doing stuff for the rest of us. You're building the next generation of finance. You don't even realize it. We love you, devs. Everyone put hearts in the chat for all of our miners and all of our devs. We have Bitcoin miner emojis. Let's put that in there. Give them love. Give them love. It's a new stream of revenue to exploit. You know what, OmniSeeker? I think you're spitting facts. I think you got it down over there. He's got it down. Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming here. I think I got even more crazy when I told you I was going to be boring. I think I really sent it. All right. Influencers as well. You know what? Thank you for thinking about me. Thank you. But you know what? Jack Dorsey's been thinking about his workforce because he laid off just about half of them. Breaking news. Your spotlight. Maybe a little bit of doom. Da-da-da. As I have just thanked all of our developers for creating the next generation of the internet, the next generation of finance, maybe we don't love them that much for creating more of AI, because everyone's fearing what exactly happened yesterday, which is AI taking your job at a tech company. Building in tech used to be the best career. You have to go into tech. If you're a woman, especially, fly into tech. Because if you're a dev, you'll make a lot of money as a woman because they need more women. They need some, estrogen in that office. That's what I was told when I was younger. Jack Dorsey is distraught as he makes a very heartfelt message to his company at FLUX that he's laying off just about 50% of his workforce. Now, I read this message yesterday. I was like, ooh, things are getting rough. Jack, he tweets on the X.com platform, "We're making blocks smaller today. Here's my note to the company." And whoa, like the audacity, like he put it out there for the world. He was like, "I'm laying off my company publicly." And you know what? Also good on him for doing that, for being transparent so no one could take his emails and make a video, "I'm exposing Jack Dorsey." Like he fully went public with this one. This is wild. Today, we're making one of the hardest decisions in the history of our company, reducing our organization by nearly half from over 10,000 people to just under 6,000. That means over 4,000 of you are being asked to leave or entering into consultation. I'll be straight about what's happening, why, and what it means for everyone. First off, if you're one of the people affected, you'll receive your salary for 20 weeks plus 1 week per year of tenure. Equity vested through the end of May, 6 months of healthcare, your corporate devices, and $5,000 to put toward whatever you need to help you in this transition. I want you to know that before anything else, everyone will be notified today whether you're being asked to leave, entering consultation, or asked to stay. We're not making this decision because we're in trouble. Our business is strong. Gross profit continues to grow. We continue to serve more and more customers, and profitability is improving. But something has changed. We're already seeing that intelligence tools we're creating and using, paired with smaller and flatter teams, are enabling a new way of working which fundamentally changes what it means to build and run a company. And that's accelerating rapidly. I had two options: cut gradually over months or years as this shift plays out, or be honest about where we are and act on it now. I chose the latter. Repeated rounds of cuts are destructive to morale, to focus, and to trust that customers and shareholders place in our ability to lead. I'd rather take a hard, clear action now and build from a position where we believe in than to manage a slow reduction of people toward the same outcome. A smaller company also gives us the space to grow our business in the right way on our own terms instead of constantly reacting to market pressure. A decision at scale carries risk, but so does standing still. We've done a full review to determine the roles and people we've required to reliably grow the business from here, and we've pressure tested those decisions from multiple angles. I accept that we may have gotten some of them wrong, and we built in flexibility to account for that and to do the right thing for our customers. And basically, he said he'll be hosting a video to thank everyone from his company. And he said, to those of you leaving, I'm grateful and sorry to put you through this. And then he said, to those staying, I made the decision and I'll own it. What I'm asking of you is to keep building with me and da da da. So that is just wow. Wow. So he just basically said, we built AI. You probably built the AI that is taking your job. And instead of him just being like, you know what, I'm going to lay off people, maybe a little bit, drip them off as we say, like, you know, AI's replacing you. He's like, let's just cut all of them out. Let's just keep our key players. And it seems like he's taking almost the Elon train. If you remember Elon, he came into X. He fired 80% of the workforce coming into X to clean the slate, make it easy, have a more compact team. And that's kind of what we're seeing with a lot of major companies, is just compacting the amount of people, cutting out more and more middlemen. And I could attest to it myself, that over time I've seen that within crypto companies. And the more cooks you have in the kitchen, as someone that runs your own business, the more cooks you have in the kitchen, the more crazy it gets and the more people you have to go through just to get things done. And that's why I like to be as much of a solo show as I can be, because it's just too much to deal with other people. It's just ridiculous. It is quite wild what's going on here. So I'm filling you in. Jack Dorsey just fired everybody. Jack Dorsey fired everybody. Let's go into coins to watch. Before we get into our gainers and our losers, besties, I just want to let you know that there's a beautiful opportunity to support the channel, and that's by becoming a member, getting beautiful emojis to take part in conversations, and joining the after shows on Wednesdays and Fridays are exclusively for members only. So $2.99 a month is the minimum you can do. Go ahead, subscribe to the YouTube channel, get your emojis, and then go on to Discord, connect your YouTube account, and then go read that you're a member, and you could go on and jump into our after shows, which we'll be diving into after we conclude here. Decred is our biggest gainer today, up 16%. Layer Zero's up 6.7%. Stables up 3.9%. Arbitrum up 3.5%. And ICP up 3%. Looking at our losers today, 38% in the red is Pippin. Zcash is down 7.4%. Kespa is down 6.3%. Pepe is down 5%. And Lighter ain't so lit, down 4.8%. Look over here. We got Ethereum that tried to hold 2K yesterday, and we have rejected her. We're at We're at $1,948. We're down 3.9% at the moment. So keep calm, hold on. We're looking at that 1850 mark as our bearish scenario. Green dot has been printed though, pulling up that momentum. It seems like we're confirming. Although the VWAP is pulling back, and that's unfortunate. It really is. We like a positive VWAP. When she's not positive, we get a little worried. And I was worried yesterday when we had this major pump on the RSI. What goes up must come down. It's gravity. Let's look at Litecoin, because Litecoin, she's the right coin. Everybody loves Litecoin. Put Litecoin in the chat because we love Litecoin so much. Litecoin, we're looking at the same levels, which is 43 and 64 bucks. Everything's going to be okay, friends and family. I don't know how many likes we have so far. I don't. I'm trying not to hold on to the like button. I'm trying not to in the season of a YouTube crypto winter. Please smash the likes if you haven't already. It would warm my heart immensely. Does anyone have any questions for me before I leave? I want to take questions for 5 minutes. Is there any questions you guys have for me? It could be any sort of crypto question. Do we have any questions? Do you guys, have a chart request? Maybe I could do some requestery. Let me know. I feel like I'm in the mood to do some requests. Will everything be okay? Yes, I promise you. Everything's going to be okay. Everyone's very worried for no reason. I'll tell you that right now. Very worried for no reason. I'll tell you this too. I've seen everything, and people are starting to doubt me. They're like, "Oh my gosh, Randy's so I can't believe Randi she was like 5 years old in 2017." All right, guys, I've been watching Bitcoin for 10 years. Since I was 13 years old, I've been looking at Bitcoin. So I've been here for a while. I grew up on Bitcoin, which I think even gives me more experience than people that were like adults or whatever, like getting into Bitcoin, because I've been watching it the whole time. I literally grew up with this tech. So I would say that It's a little bit crazy how people are reacting. It's a little bit ridiculous, I must say. It's a little bit ridiculous. I'm just gonna say a happy person. You know, no one can take my happiness away. And I think that's the most important thing. And this is why sometimes I tell you guys, I'm going to maybe take a break for the rest of the day. Like, I'll do my posts and then I'll be like, you know what, maybe I need to get off of social media. And so I would say that, like, get off of social media. If she's overwhelming you, if people are just like harassing, just get off of social media. And I think, like, you know, the comments that I'm receiving right now are literally bottom signal. Like, it is bottom signal energy. I've never seen the amount of animosity that I see right now. So we're at max fear. Sorry, I had hiccups. Max fear, max stressed. Max stress. For what? Something that happens with Bitcoin all the time? Guys, come on. Like, let's not get radical. We need more Bitcoin besties. Like, yes, we do need more Bitcoin besties. We need more people. Cardano, we could do a Cardano. Hold on. I'm getting like blown up. I'm getting blown up right now. But yeah, let me go ahead. Okay. What's the main stream on? It's on YouTube. So please go to youtube.com/missteencrypto. The link is in my bio on TikTok too, if you want to go check that out. What was I doing? Cardano. It's Cardanzo. It's Cardanzo. Hold on. Where is my chart? Okay, I got you. Do I? Maybe I'm lying. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't lie to you. All right. Yes, okay. So we got 28-cent Cardano. We are down 1.7%. And this is where it gets scary because this is the Coinbase chart. I could probably go on a different, yeah. I would say maybe you could check a different exchange, but we're nearing that 28 cents on Cardano. 23 cents. I'm sorry. We're at 28 right now. That 23 cents, if we lose support under 23 cents, I would just... I would be doing this. I would be nervous. I would think I would. So watch out for your Cardano bags, guys. We're down 2%. You want to hold support at 23, 24 cents. What you really need to aim for is 37 as your bullish scenario. Cardano is scaring me. This chart is scary. Though, again, like, you could view it as a major buying opportunity because we're at like the bottom of the range. If we go below this, things might get a little spicy. So yeah, just keep calm, hold on, guys. This is the best thing I can tell you to do right now. Like I said, the whole market is worried right now. Everyone doesn't know where to look. But if you've been here, you understand that 30 to 40% drops for Bitcoin are normal. 70 to 80% drops are also normal. But what happens every time it pulls back? It goes back up and surpasses previous all-time highs. It's about having patience and just being able to understand what we're doing, which is a digital revolution. Money that I'm able to hold that no one can take from me, that is peer-to-peer, 24/7, 365. That is it. So price does not scare me. And especially if you have altcoins and you like, okay, there's this token I really enjoy, but you have a long-term vision. Buy and don't look at it. Obviously, when it comes to anything, do your own research and don't invest more than you could afford to lose. But Bitcoin is the future of money. So that's why I'm confident. I don't care when I buy Bitcoin. I just know that I have it. It's something that's important and warms my darn soul. I'll tell you that right now. Scarier than holding Gala. We don't talk about that. I don't know. I know a lot of people that put a lot of money in Gala, and I feel bad. But listen, it might have a comeback. Who knows? I don't know. No one knows the future. We don't got crystal balls. That's why you just gotta have a plan and stick to it, and don't drown yourself out. So with that, I'm gonna go to the after show. And we're gonna go ahead and hang out in there for a little bit. So if you guys have not yet, smash a like, comment your thoughts down below, share this out with friends, subscribe to the channel. Randi's the truth. She does this by offering guidance without directing you choices, just like crypto is designed to be. Thank you. Appreciate you, Silverback. I'm not about telling you what to do. I'll never ever tell you what to do. I'm an educator. I don't do anything more than educate. Someone hit me up yesterday. Hey, Randi, I have $300 of crypto. What am I buying? I said, I'm not giving you financial advice. I will tell you what these things are, and I will teach you how to compare and contrast. But then you do your own research and you pick what you're going to buy. And if you need help getting started with an exchange or a wallet, I will help you. But I'm also not telling you where to go and what to buy. Period. End of story. Potatoes.
A potato flew around my room before you came. Excuse.
That was for no. Little potato sound for you. If you can't hear the sounds I play on YouTube if you're on TikTok. So please go to YouTube, subscribe to the channel for next stream if you haven't yet. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate every single one of you. Smash the like, subscribe, share this out with friends. I will see you in the Discord right now for our after show. And as always, stay zesty. Mwah. Bye.